Here we are, another evening down at work. Just stripped off all the paint off the sunroof. Luckily wasn't much filler in it at all. You can see a few scratch marks from the previous person that's done it. But yeah, back to the bare metal, so that's nice. And the panel bond that I put in around the edges, it's all set up nice. So it's filled up all the pitting. So now just to prime it and yeah, fit it and see how it fits in the hole again. Make sure it isn't distorted, and do the finishing touches to the underneath before getting it resprayed. Here we have it. I've got a zinky front bumper for my AE85. Acquired it from a good guy called Trueno from S Club. He has actually given it to me for free because of the damage, and so because I got it for free, I'm just going to fix it up and make the best of it. There's a few tears on there, top there, and a few various bits of damage, and a big bulge out here. But because I'm a panel beater, I'll do my best and make it as tight as I can. So basically my procedure is you heat the plastic up quite hot, not to the point where it's melting, but soft. As you can see, my hammer marks pushing it up, and either depending on what side it is, so you can see a bit of a crease happening through there, you get behind it and sort of massage the plastic out just so it flattens out. Sometimes you need to overstretch it because when it cools it will shrink. So I've done the corner, had a bit of a dent through there. I need to do this again, but I've already done it once to bring this area up, and I still need to bring this area up. As you can see, it comes along there and then ducks down and then goes back up. Yeah, so it's just a job that you've got to do piece by piece, and sometimes come back, do it 2 or 3 times, because generally at work with plastic bumpers I try and get them best I can and don't use any bulk. We just shave the plastic once it's all in shape, so it all looks mint and nothing cracks out with any flex or impact. And then I'm going to do all this heating up at home, and when I get to work I'll plastic weld up all these cracks and holes, and the one up top there, and potentially, well, there's another crack up here, but it's good, it's on the underside so you won't see it, but I'll still weld it up. I'm not too sure about these end bits. I may weld a new section on the end there so I can bolt it into the front end of the guard, but we'll deal with that when it comes to it. My tyres, this actually has it cut off already, just so the tyres can clear it when it's got the 15-inch wheels on. So I'll just keep working away at this. So I've got something like this where it's just a bit deformed. I'll just heat it up. Because this piece of the hammer doesn't fit in there properly, I'll probably use this piece, and it goes quite soft, and just massage it across. It's a bit hard to do it with the camera in one hand, but so it's gone up a bit, but I'll just do it a bit more in that corner just to heat it up. Generally you can tell if you start heating it up and it gets soft but not soft enough, it won't flex. So if you heat up some more, so you can sort of semi over press it, and then you might do the same on this side. Might just use this part of the hammer again. So pretty much like that. You might go over, redo it again if you're not quite happy with it, but that's pretty much what I do around everything. Do it on the back side of that, and then push out with that piece or the corner of this hammer, and just massage it out. So this is super hot now. So basically just grip the bumper with your knee to get some pressure, and then you can literally massage all the way down. So yeah, literally have the hammer like that and just massage it down. So you might have to do this maybe 2 or 3 times to heat it up, because it retains the memory. But yeah, you get the gist of it. So that's pretty much what I'll be doing for the rest of the bumper. It's not too bad. A few little wobbles through here, but I'll just do the same through there, heat it up and massage it out. And then once it's all massaged out, I'll just get 80 grit and then some 180 grit and just skim over it with the sandpaper, with the orbital sander, which will then level all out. No bulb will be needed. Body filler. This side here is pretty good, it's just got cracked off. Someone's painted it black in the past. And so I'll just scrape the whole thing and make it all nice. But yeah, this side's pretty good shape. Just pretty much from there across. And a piece here. So I'll plastic weld that up too, that little split. And yeah. I'll show you the finished product once I've finished heating this up. Brought my bumper down to work, so doing the same things at home, just heating it up and pushing all these bits and pieces into shape. And I've got these wobbly bits, just heating them right up and doing that process over and over. And for these areas I'm just going to trim these down so you haven't got that raspy stuff on the outside edge, like it on both sides, so that'll clean up quite nicely. I've been heating and straightening out this for quite some time now, so I've actually got this best I can, heated it up, got all this pushed down, got all this pretty much as good as I can. Just got to fill this in with some plastic weld. I've brought this up, this was sagging down, but I've just got to fix the ripples along the top there and weld this once I've pulled this up. But yeah, I'm going to flick this around and start welding up the inside. And I'll proceed on with the rest of it over the following nights. I'll show you how I plastic weld it. This is what we do for our bumpers. The thing I've found with this too is this bumper, like the plastic, is so much thicker than the modern day vehicles, so it takes a lot more, I guess, work to get in shape. But the beauty of it is you can get like a coarse grit on your DA sander and actually shave it down. So I've just cleaned off the back side of this. This is our plastic welder. So it's just basically a torch which blows hot air, very hot air. So, and this is our filler rod. So basically melting the two, you've got to get the bumper really hot as well as the rod and melt it in between. So I'll run a strip down through here and then I'll actually put some strips through to reinforce it. So if it has any taps it won't just split straight apart. I've just welded up through the main area here, and then like I said I was putting these strips on just to reinforce it, and then I'm just filling in that big hole with this water strip where it was on the other side, and where the cable tie holes were I've actually just put a strip across each so it takes care of that, and then I'll weld it from the outside as well. Flip the bumper around now, so I've just used that die grinder there and I've actually V'd out through all this area here, so I've got to weld this side now, and then after that it's ready just to sand flat. So there shouldn't be any filler or anything in this once I'm done. So it's all welded up now. Actually welded up and put the old belt sander on there just to take the big massive weld off. And then I'm going to set up nice and flush. First I'll do the rest of the bumper and splits before I do that, and then I'll hook into the whole lot and smooth it out and take out some of the humps and hollows. So at the moment I've just heated up the top section of the bumper and I've got this piece of metal on here for these clamps. So I've heated up really hot and letting it cool right now, so hopefully when it cools down it will retain its shape. And at the moment I'm making up this bracket which goes on top here, and I'm just going to weld it on and then I'll shape it afterwards as to where I know it's going to go, because I know my other one, the wheel was touching it, so that's probably why this one's been cut. But said cable ties through it. I'll just weld that hole up there. So I'm going to put this on there and then yeah, shape it later. Do the same for the other side there. And I'll just weld this up, one piece of weld, do another one shortly once that one cools down a bit. And hopefully it'll help retain some of the shape for that top piece there. Just finished sanding it up with some A grit at the moment. So I've shaved all the weld off so there is no bog or anything. Just a bit of a low there which I've got to push out. But overall she's looking pretty good. Pretty stoked for how it's come out. Many hours involved just to get to this stage. And yeah, the top's looking good too. The weld there, I just got to finish up and tidy off. But yeah, it's late at night, so it's time to go home. So tonight, another new night working down at work. Got these bar heaters, getting this plastic really hot. And then I have a big bar over the other side there. Piece of angle iron like that, but longer. I'm going to clamp back to this like I've done previously, but it's a longer piece, so hopefully it can retain its memory to stay straight. Failing that, I think I said in my other video that I was going to possibly stick a bar in there so it stays nice and straight, because it seems like once it cools it retains its memory and goes back to the wobbly look. So yeah, gonna get this scorching hot and see how we get on. All clamped up now, so it's gonna wait till this goes cold and I'll release all these clamps off this piece of angle iron and see how straight it's come. But yeah, the problem is these stupid bumpers, especially these ones, so thick, it just retains all its memory and goes back to how it was. So in the meantime, I'm just going to tidy up this piece that I welded down the side here and heat up the side of the, I'm not sure if you see it, so it's sort of flared out on that corner there, but the other side's not. Yeah, and keep sanding. So here we have it. Bumper's pretty much all done. Just finished it off with 180 grit, and I've just got to sand in these areas and inside these little grill bits before primer. So yeah, she's come up pretty nice. The final heat up did work, but it is slightly ripply a little bit. But not too sure if I can get it up on camera, but yes, I'm pretty happy with that. It's a slight few ripples, look way better than what it was. So basically all I have to do now, yeah, is sandal through those bits, put a bit of putty in these big chunky pitted bits which are quite deep, and a few of these little chunk bits with gouges. But yeah, overall she's come up really nice. So certainly no walk in the park. I'll probably spend about 11 hours on it to this stage. But spare plastic, no filler or anything or crazy trying to fix up all these. So yeah, real stoked with that. And this is my sunroof. I've got it primed up. So just primed the main surface and it's looking pretty nice. Just etch and bare metal under there. Underneath the primer. So the plan is to probably just scuff this back, and I'm just going to put a real fine layer of filler through it, just to get out a few of the imperfections. There's a few big gougey marks, I'm not sure if you see in the camera, just from the previous person who did the skin. But yeah, I'm pretty stoked with that. You can see a bit of a ripple there. So that'll be in the next coming videos. So yeah, next plan is prime this and maybe start working my guards now, and then get my car down here since it's starting to empty out a little bit. A few cars are gone. Hope you enjoyed watching the process of how to try and restore your bumper.